Hi everyone, Emma here. I'm so excited to show you how to make this bracelet. Oh my goodness. This is a flat spiral bracelet, but I decided to go ahead and put pearls everywhere. Can I just say pearls? They look so lovely. Can you tell I'm from the 80s? Everybody had to have their white pearls. Okay, so yeah, let's just talk about this. I actually was getting ready to do, I wanted to make a bunch of bracelets as a thank you to Kath from England. She sent me, probably for years, she sent me tons and tons of Swarovski fill in the blanks. They were mostly Rivolis, but all kinds of stuff. She even donated stuff to give as giveaways. So, the people that received those giveaways should be so grateful that another subscriber sent you stuff, and Swarovski's above all. So, yeah. Anyway, so she's getting ready to go to her husband's grandson's wedding. And I thought what I'd do is she wasn't sure what she's going to be wearing, so she had a few outfits in mind. And I thought, well, why don't I make a whole bunch of bracelets as a thank you, and she can pick which one she wants to wear for the wedding, and do whatever with the others. So this is one of the ones I wanted to do, something that was like totally over the top elegant, and I came up with, I like to take old designs or simple designs like flat herringbone, or sorry, now I'm at a loss here. Flat spiral. Oh, the brain cells aren't working today. So I came up with using 4 millimeter pearls and 8 millimeter pearls. These are Preciosa pearls. Um, and we're going to do, so this one is cream color and it looks amazing. And this is one of the new clasps that I got. Now, I did run into kind of a design dilemma when it came to the finishing. I wanted to definitely add extra beads at the top as a finish. And so when I was finishing, of course, because you finish this way, I think. No, I guess this would have been the bottom, and this is the top. So where you have this loop on the top is the top. So I came back to the bottom and I added these beads like this, and I really liked the way it looked. And then I went and I did it on the other side, and I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. Because this is the rounded part on the top if you look at it this way. And you'll know what I mean. If you've ever done flat spiral, that's you're going over the two beads and then you add a bead, so then you go to the next one and you go over. So what that does is it creates two layers of beads, and you can see it on the back. But if you see this, there's like a V shape, so you're always going to have a bottom to the V. So you're going to have a top and a bottom, and of course when you go to finish, it's going to look different. So anyway, I guess I could have put this design over here as well, but I think I liked it this way better. So anyway, we'll get to that when we get to it. So right now, just show you a bit more. So I did manage to use this clasp, which I'm so excited. I went back and ordered a whole bunch of this design clasp. I love the fact that it's so long. So now you can shorten your bracelet size to accommodate it, and it's so beautiful. They have the silver and the gold ones. I think I have some silver ones in here somewhere. Somewhere around. I'm sure I'll find it as we get closer to finishing. I have stuff everywhere. So that's that's the cream one, and that's what it looks like on the back. Very pretty. Okay, so we'll put this one aside and we'll get started. So I'm going to tell you what you need for this. So you're going to need some 8mm pearls. We're going to do the white, pearlescent white. These are Preciosa pearls. I was going to do a set in Swarovski pearls for Kath, and I don't know why. I think I had some trouble with finding colors that looked as beautiful as these. Are so lovely. It looks like a totally different bracelet as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, you probably don't need that many, but and then you're going to need your 4. So let me just go back here for a sec. This bracelet with the clasp measures 7.5 inches loosely. So it's let me show you on the mandrel what I mean by that. And you'll definitely need to measure this either on the person's wrist or on a mandrel, because the beads are so big and the weave is so tight that you're going to lose size inside your circle. So if I just bring this out a bit, you can see it's a bit loose. It wants to go to the 8, but not quite. So I think that's a good way. If the person's wrist 7.5 and it's just slightly loose, then that works. You don't want it tight. At least I don't, so I'm hoping others. So let me just, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's simple. That's 28mm beads, which means you're going to need double that in your 4mm. So you'll need 44mm. And then if you do the embellishment at the top, I added 2 here and 2 there. So you'll need 44 4mm. All 4s, you should remember that. You should. I wouldn't, but so let's get some of those out here. Put this strand back. So we'll do a few rows of that, and then I'll move on to a bracelet that I have somewhat completed, and we'll put the clasp on. So hopefully we'll get to it all. Sometimes it gets a little too involved and I break it down into 2 videos, but this should be straightforward. You're going to need a stop bead. One of the things I did differently on this, and you may not have even noticed it, but I've added a bead in the middle of the 8mm pearls, and what I've added is a demi round rose gold 80 seed bead. So we'll need some of those. And I got these at Art Beats. I don't know if Jill Wisen has gold ones, but Art Beats has a great selection of these. They do have a sale on right now. Then I'm using the yellow gold 11-0. This is galvanized 11-0 check beads. Those there. Oh, I didn't want them all over. I don't want them commingling. Behave. I need one of those bead separators mats that Stephanie uses all the time. I keep threatening to make my own, and you see it's never happened. You're going to need a clasp. You can put a different clasp on. There's all kinds of videos out there on flat spiral, and they show you very simple toggle clasps and other things you can use. But we're going to get fancy. Fancy schmancy. I'm using, now this is important, I'm using Fireline crystal 6 pound. I got a question from a subscriber, and I apologize, I can never remember names, but she made a very good comment about the difference with the Fireline and the dragon thread. So I usually use dragon thread because it's less expensive, and I like having a thinner thread but still strong, so I can go through multiple times through tiny beads, but which I have a hard time with the Fireline. But for this bracelet, as you can see, it's still slinky and nice drape to it, but I just feel it's a lot stronger. So I wanted that structure. So I'm also using a size 10 needle. So let's get going. Pick up your stop bead, bring it down. Now what I did for this is I don't usually recommend leaving a big tail. I like to put my clasp on separate. But because one, this is very strong thread. I'm just moving some stuff up here. It's very strong. I wouldn't worry as much. And because the majority of the bracelet happens down the middle for the line. So it's not like your clasp is going to be pulling on something like this. It's going to be pulling this way on the big beads, so which has, thread going around a few times. Anyway, what that means is I left a long piece of thread for the bottom so I could add my clasp and add my embellishment at the bottom. So this is like about 12 inches I'm leaving. So just go back through your bottom of your stop bead. Get that all set. And we just start by picking up a demi round and a pearl, a demi round. So the first step is always 2 beads. After that, you're only going to ever add one of the 8 millimeters. So then another one of these and another demi round. Let's just put this down here so you can see what we have. And I'm going to turn that like this and enlarge this. So pick up another demi round. So that's what you're going to have. You can take and bring that down to the bottom. I do notice a lot of the demonstrations do that. They take this step and they like adding of just one 8 millimeter as one step. I like to get all my beads on my thread and then do the move through. So what you're going to need on this is a little different than some of the other designs, again, because I'm using such a large bead. I am going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seed beads in a 4 millimeter. So let's grab these guys. 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 4 millimeter pearl, like that. So this is what you're going to have on for the first section. So always have a demi round beginning and end of your 8 millimeters. In between your 8 millimeters, there's another one there. And then you're always going to go for 6 11/0s and your 4 millimeter. Now you're going to go, well, we can bring these down to the stop bead now. That. And you're going to go under. So you can go around your demi round or under your pearl. Let me check what I did. I don't think it really matters which way you do it, but if you do one, make sure you continue the same way. So yeah, I go under my demi rounds all the time, and it looks really nice. You don't, I mean, if you're really looking, you can see the thread, but for the most part, you don't. So let's go through. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through everything except the 11/0s and the 4mm. Like that. Like that. And you're going to pull it through. Okay, I didn't do this correctly. I can't believe I messed up on the first. Where's my bracelet? Ugh. Oh, I forgot to put the other side of the seed beads. So you've got the first set and the second set. That's why. If you watch my videos, you know by now, I always mess up the first step. I think it's maybe, well, I know. I just got too much stuff going on at the same time. I probably have like 100 project trays all around me. So I have a bunch of videos I'm going to show you, but I have them already. So I'm like 5 or 10 bracelets on ahead. So we need 6 more beads here. So maybe I should break it down into 2 steps. So there's the 6. Let's just look at this again. I'll bring this down. Again, the first step is different from the rest. So you've got your 8mm, 6 and 6. So now I can do this. Go through the demi round and the pearl like that. Okay, so that's what you're going to have for the first time. So you're going to do this on each side. So it's up to you how you want to do it. Some people say, you know, push it over to the left and then get your right side done. I don't see any difference. So let's grab 6 11/0s. There's 6. I feel like we need more light. Then your pearl, and then your 6. Okay, so now you're going to do this. And so you're coming out of here, the top, you're going to go back down to the bottom and go through the demi rounds, the pearls, and the demi rounds like that. There's your first set. Isn't that lovely? These pearls are so beautiful with the gold. Okay, so now that we have our start, we have 2 beads here. Now we only have to add 1 8/0. So you're going to pick up an 8/0 and a demi round. Let's bring it down since I goofed up on the last one. So this is what it's going to look like. That. Now you're going to pick up there's 3 and 3 is 6, a 4mm pearl, another 6 11/0s. I'm going to move those down. So there we have that. So again, gonna hang on to this like that. So always remember that these what you're going to add is always going to go to the front, so be careful not to, you know, go back here. You want it to go here. And you want it always the pattern of 2 beads. So like this, the 2 beads, but now we've got one here. So now we only have to go down one, and like I said, you can decide which way you want to do. If you want to do your thread goes through the demi round or not. But I'm going to go through the demi rounds. Looks pretty good. So let's go through the next. I did find that I was having problems figuring out like my hand position for this. It's kind of different than, because it's kind of going in one line. It's hard to get a good grip on things that are bouncing around. Okay, so bring your needle through. See what I mean? See what I mean, bird? Okay, so it's coming along. Here's the thing, it kills me. I looked at a bunch of videos, and some of the videos, the women are like just amazing with how they do their videos and stuff like that. I'm a little more fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal, and I should have picked up my pearl, my 8mm first. And okay, we've got a demi round, so we need an 8mm. But yeah, they had their nails polished and everything, and it looked amazing. Oh, I was doing it right. This is terrible. This is supposed to be simple. I don't know what to say. If anybody are tempted to put negative comments, you can fire me anytime. But you know, you have to pay me first. Hint. So I was doing it right. We need 6 of these. I forgot the other side. So don't do what I just did. You always have to put 2 sides. There's 6. And 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. Okay, now go down through the demi round. I did find I like to keep mine tight, and I found it hard to get through that demi round and the pearl. Go through everything. So you're going to go through the demi round, through the pearl, through the demi round, through the pearl, and the next demi round, and bring it out like that. Okay, so now we need to add a bead and a demi round. That. Bring it down. I'll try and do it flat on the table for this one. Okay, so now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pearl, 4mm. So that, and then another 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I really love this design. You know, it's funny. I did flat spiral when I first started. I think I may have made 1, maybe 2. I made 1 single, and then I made a second one that was, what do they call it? It's flat spiral, but you do sets of, I think, 4 beads this way, but then you attach here to the next. And I'll have to find that bracelet that I did for that. It was a challenge from another YouTuber. And, oh yeah, I forgot to go through here. Go through your large pearl. So I did find that when I added a pearl, it was easier to go through it after I've pulled my thread through. That. So then, second side. I think I may be tired too, so I apologize. I try and make sure I'm nice and awake when I do videos. Oh, I shouldn't laugh. But you know what? These days I'm having so much problem with my heart issues that I'm tired all the time. So let's go through. So we need to go, you know, we've done this side here. So we've got all the beads for the second side here. There. Let me extend this so it's not in the way. Yeah, so doing the second side. So we need to go through, down 2 beads, through the demi round, through the pearl, and the next demi round, and the next pearl, and make sure you go through the next demi round like that. Pull that through. Now you can tighten this by pulling that one and then pulling it like that. So let's do 2 more sets. Hopefully I will remember the steps. I'm currently getting chest pain, and you know what? I went downstairs to get my nitro spray. I took a puff and then I came back upstairs. Oh, and I left it down there. I went for a bike ride today, so it's probably why I'm getting chest pain. There's 3 and 3 and a 4mm. I may redo this video. Another 6 because I have a standard, you know. There's 3, 3. Okay, so again, we're going to go down 2 beads, so we need to go past that one, first one. And I'm just going to try and get in here with my needle. So be careful when you're doing this portion with these pearls. I got spoiled with the Swarovskis. I was surprised at the immense difference in the quality of these pearls. So I used to think, and you got to remember, I'm pretty new to beading too. So I used to think that the Preciosas were super duper amazing quality. I love them, but I have to say the quality is, if I were to describe it, it would be just okay. Now, they are so much better than other, manufactured pearls out there. But, like, I got a set that was the flaking on the side, and maybe because of their 8mm pearls, I was shocked. It was almost all gone, the finish. And you look at the Swarovskis, there's nothing to look at. The coating is fully around the whole hole. So I'm just saying. I love Swarovski. Why won't they adopt me? One of these days, I'm going to send them an application. I would like to work for you locally in the factory. I'll be going stuff in my pockets with crystals. Oh, you didn't need these. They were suboptimal. I'm going to put them in witness protection program. So there we go. That is, you're just going to do that, continue doing that. So let's go through one more time without all the jibber jabber, Emma. So we have a demi round here. We're going to pick up 8mm pearl, demi round. Then we're going to pick up 6 11/0s. One more. A 4mm pearl. Then 6 more 11/0s. There's that right there. Okay, bring it all down. Go down 2 of the large beads and pass through the large bead and the demi round. Like that. Careful not to scratch your pearls. You can put this on now. So just slide that one on. And my demi round. Like that. Okay. And pull. There's the one side. See how easy this is? You could do like multicolor pearls, like for Pride, you could do all the different colors. I think my wife was asking about that. She asked me if Swarovski has colored pearls. I'm like, what? You're asking about Swarovski? Not rolling your head, your eyes. So I'm doing the second side. There's 6, 4mm, and another 6, and then you know that I couldn't not go by without the jibber jabber. That one's for you, whoever you are that gets annoyed at my talking. I'd be like, who invited you? Then go through the middle beads. And look at how beautiful. Isn't that amazing? And look at how fast it goes. So I did one up, ready to go. So these are interesting too, because you could kind of use them. So here's the thing. If you were thinking it looks the same on each side, it essentially is. It's just upside down. So this rounded part here covers those, but if you flip it, then the rounded's over here. See what I mean? But anyway, so this one is, let's go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15. I think I may have done this one for my size wrist, is actually what I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I have a 6. It's like 5 3/4. Do you know what? I have a friend who has the same size as me. You know who you are, Maria, from the Bronx. I have a little stick-it note with her bracelet size on it. It's very efficient filing. 5.5 to 5 3/4. Okay, so I'm gonna center this one. Okay, so let's pull this, get this one aside, and I'll show you how I put the clasp on. So again, that's where the stop bead is, so I just slide that off. Put the needle back on the thread. And using the Fireline too, you probably need a 10 for this, a size 10 needle. Makes it easier to thread, that's what I'm getting at. So that's, I did this like 20 bracelets ago, so I have to cheat. It's not my fault. As we say in French, c'est pas ma faute. My little nephew. That's so funny. That's what he would say. He was always getting into trouble. And then he'd say, c'est pas ma faute, man. Okay, so for this, I used demi rounds next to the 4mm pearls. And let me see. I'm wondering if I should try and do it this way. Do the double on that side. Here's the question for the day. Which do you prefer? This one here or this one here? So this one kind of flows with the rest of it, but this one's like, bling! The bracelet has finished. It's all over. I think I kind of like this one. So we need, let's see where I attached. Yeah, let's, I think for this part you kind of can just decide where to put things as you're putting them on, kind of thing. Because you're going to go through multiple times through this clasp. So that's what I'm getting at, because right here, I'm going to go through. So we're going to go through that bar at the end of the clasp, right? So it'll take it like that. So here's the other thing that you need to be aware of with flat spiral is the last set of beads doesn't have, like, it's not nestled the way these guys are. So this one is holding this one in place, kind of thing. But if I let that one go, you see how it falls to the middle? So what you need to do is bring your thread through your 11/0s and through this pearl and create a bridge thread here so that it holds it in place. So while we're adding that finishing touch, we're also going to go through and do that. So I think what I'll do is we'll do that first, and while we're attaching the clasp. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go back through this first pearl. Here, flip the other way there. See if that did it. There. Like that. So essentially you wouldn't have to do a finishing here either, but I always like, oh, I need to put more stuff. So we're coming out of this demi round. I'm going to go through, let's go through 3 beads at the front. You could go, yeah, 3 beads at the front like this. That, bring it snug. And then bring your thread across. I want to go through the seed bead underneath the pearl. Seems like that's the line that's going to have the least amount of thread showing. So then go through all those beads like that. I'm going to go through the last few as well. So now what we've done is we've attached that. It doesn't fall anymore. You can see the thread, but I'm going to pull it tight. So now we're going to go through the last 2 beads. And I'm going to go through the clasp. So every opportunity to go through the clasp is great, because then you're going to make sure. Now I am going to go through the pearl because I don't want just the seed beads holding on to the clasp. If I can get some of the bigger beads in there, that's great. And this way what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go through the demi round, the 8mm pearl and the demi round. I'm going to come out here, and each time kind of moving things around and tugging it a bit so that it's in the right position. So we went through 3 11/0s here, like that. And then we're going to go across like this, and you can see it's going to go nicely across that 11/0 just below the 4mm pearl. Go through as many beads as you can. Pull that through, pull that tight. So now, once this is tight, these beads won't fall sideways. So let's go through the last one here. And I'm going to go through the clasp. Okay, what did I hook onto there? Oh, this is the other side of the thread. Okay. Now I'm going to go through again. Pull that tight. So we could actually do it this way and not add. I feel like this one's naked. It needs more pretty beads. So let's do 4mm pearl. Let me look at this one. This one I did the beads first and then the pearls, and this one I did. Yeah. I'm looking at this now. You can see more of the white thread. So I think we need to do this one so that the seed beads are sitting flush. Yeah, let's do it that way. I still want to know what you guys think, which way is best. And I know there's going to be people that are going to say, don't put anything. Thank you for your help. You're not helping me decide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a pearl. Ta-da, that's it. Bring it down. And then I'm going to go, actually I'm going to go around the clasp. Oh, you know what I want to put here? Is a demi round. And you know why? Because I love them. That's why. And you know what it does? It finishes off so you can kind of see some threads here. Putting the demi round closes it off so you can't see those threads. I'm cheating. Look at that. So now I'm going to go through that again. Like that. We're going to do 6 11/0s. There's 6 11/0s and a pearl. And a demi round. A demi round. Okay, down. And now these have gotten loose, but I'm going to tighten that, so no worries. Like that. So let's pull on this one, that will tighten the other side, like that. And where are we here? I'm going to go down through the demi round, down. I'm going to pass this one, and I'm going to go to the next bead and tie off. If I can get through it. Let me do it in 2 steps here. There. Go through here and through the next one. Gonna lose my thread here. It's the only problem with these size 10 needles. Oh, looks like I got hooked twice. What the heck? I think I got hooked before I even went down. See, there's move that one over. Make sure there's no more threads. No. That. Make sure you pull it tight so that it's not loose threads anywhere. So that should do it. So now for the knots, I'm going to pick up a thread bridge. Here. Bring it around twice. Right down close to that thread. There. I'm going to go down here. I would recommend like doing your first maybe 1 or 2 knots down the middle threads, but I would recommend maybe going off and doing a knot off to the side. The only reason I say that is I'm concerned that over time that knot might slide up your threads in the middle. The likelihood of that's pretty low. And I make sure I try and grab one thread and not the whole bundle. So then that would prevent that as well. So I got one on that one. So that should work. There, that's probably all we need. Down, cut that off. There's the one side. And I think we should do the second side. What do you think? We got time. I think I need to cut this though. I don't think we need this much thread. Is that a knot? No. Wow, I left a lot of line. I think I may have been planning on finishing the, like making it longer. So that's probably why there's so much thread on here. Okay, so always put your clasp on the way you want it to appear. I can't stress it enough. You get tired and you're doing something and all of a sudden you've put your clasp, your second half on backwards. So I'm going to take my bracelet and fold it the way that I want it. So I want it to go like this. So let's go in. Through that bar at the end of that. I was going to take it apart to do this, but I have to do some work on that opening the clasp. It's a little messy. Okay, so now I went through the clasp. I'm going to go back down the beads. And I went down 2 this time because what I'm going to do is I am going to work on the reinforcing here of these two. So I am going to, so instead of coming, you know, from one bead, I'm down two. So I'm going to go up to, yeah, I'm going to go up to 5 beads here. Make sure that's kind of snug. Okay, then I'm going to go to the side, and you can just pull your thread across to see where you need to be. So it's right in the middle. So I'm going to go through those 3 beads. And I'm just going to bring it to the front because I want to make sure I'm following the same pattern here with the thread. So because this is basically upside down, the threads are now at the top of the demi round. So that's what I wanted to check, because on the other side I was going through the bottom of them. So now go through the purl like that. And I'm going to go through the clasp, go down through the 2 pearls again, like that. There. Go through the 5 11-O's, like that. And then position my thread. So I'm going to go in between the 2 sets of 3 11-O's here. 2, 3. And through the purl to the top. Make sure this is turned the correct way. Oh, didn't look good. What a difference this one, how tiny it is, eh? This is got a bit tangled here. It's because I have so much. I had folded over the thread. Let's just straighten it out a bit. Okay. Like that. That. And now we're going to add a finishing touch. Let's go through the clasp. We need to go down through purl like that. Now we need 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a purl. 6 11-O's and a purl and a demi round like that. Okay. Now we're going to go. Actually, we're going to go through the. Let's go on this side. Go through the clasp, because that way the demi round will close off that, and then we'll go through the purl again. There. Go through the purl. That. Okay, we need 6 11-O's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a 4mm purl. and a demi round. That we are going to go through the other side of the clasp, so you see how this nicely closes off this thread area. Go through here. Like that. And I'm going to go through the pearl. Let's bring it to the front so you can see it. That. Go through the demi round, the pearl, and then go down and tie off. So let's go through here, oh, like that. There, it's nice and, oh, this looks awesome. Look what we made, Mommy! So I'm going to grab one of these thread bridges and go around twice, pull it tight, and pull everything through. Go down to the next one. When you pull it tight after you've knotted it, it cinches that knot too. And then do the next one. Like that. Go through two, and then cut that off. Tight. These are looking amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Okay, that one's a little sticking out. Get my thread burner. Just be careful when you're using your thread burner, you don't get any other lines. This is amazing. Let's take a look at what we have. There's, oh my gosh, this is crazy. These are so beautiful. You know what? I just want to make these all day. I never thought I'd say that about flat spiral. I didn't know why I didn't like flat spiral. It's weird. But, you know, you get like that. Maybe I was a bit of a snob. I was like, oh, that's, you know, for beginners. Which I was. So there's a 7.5. And there is... These are lovely. These are amazing. And of course the different colors. So yeah. I was thinking of trying this with some different color metallic beads. But I didn't have the courage. I don't know why. There we go. Thank you for joining me, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.